brought you an exclusive conversation with none other than the iconic and everybody's favorite actor, Kay Kay Menon. So here's a look. So hi everyone, speaking to Page 3 here at News 9 with me, Sakshi Singh. Litoriya is somebody who I am 100% sure about, that is in your favorite list, my favorite, your favorite, everybody's favorite, Kay Kay Menon. Sir, thank you so much for speaking to News 9.
Thank you, Sakshi.
You have often said that you don't act, but you react. So if I could ask you, how exactly do you prepare for a role so emotionally without even over-intellectualizing it? What's the trick there?
The idea is to be with the script for a long time. If you're with something for a long time, you know it better. Number one. Number two, it's also easy to really inquire into that particular character. And the process becomes organic. So it's not like a formula that I follow. It's just that I'm just with the script for a longer duration. And if you do that, perhaps the character kind of comes out and you know this is the person you're playing. Then all you got to do is search for that character within you and then portray it. It's as simple as that.
Really interesting. And I really want to ask about you that you did your BSc from physics, then marketing, then advertising, then eventually theaters, then television, then movies. How did you cover this entire journey? When did you exactly change the mind about getting into acting?
Getting into acting. I was on stage from the age of 9 as a kid. I think I had played a sunflower. So since then I have been on stage, but I never followed it like a profession. I used to always be on stage throughout. So I did my BSc physics, I did my graduation in physics, and I did my MBA and all that stuff. But that always remained with me. The freedom that I felt, the ease which I felt while performing, kept me. It kept reminding me that nowhere else could I find that ease in whatever profession I was doing. Advertising, etc. I could not find that kind of ease. So, कहते हैं ना स्वधर्म, that's your own calling. And you realize that's your calling.
Yeah.
And you know that this is what you're supposed to do, and you're doing something else. So I switched back into acting. That's what happened. So for me, everything comes from there. So it's not that I was handling things. Things happened to me, which revealed to me my calling, and I pursued it.
Interesting. Few initial years were not very smooth for you. You faced your fair share of challenges. How did you combat that phase of your life? And when did you exactly realize that, now is the time that I can say that I have made it?
I don't think I can say that even now. I don't know what the definition is. That's why I'm saying this. So what are the factors that make a person say that I made it? I don't know. So for me, that remains an unanswered question because I don't understand the question itself. So that's number one. Number two is that initial days, I won't say were difficult, were interesting, because more than anything else, I was here by choice. Doing my advertising and all of that earlier, earning a lot of money and all that, I was comfortable. But I quit all that and did this out of choice because I knew that is what my calling is. So for me, that was an interesting journey, and I never thought of it as a struggle. Even if one didn't have a penny in your pocket, even then I didn't feel frustrated or dejected because I knew I was on the right path because that कहते ना वो प्रतिभा आपके अंदर थी, the one that particular what do you call talent was already there, and I had identified it. So for me, that was an interesting journey.
आपको आपकी थिएटर्स के दिनों में थोड़ा सा मैं वापस लेके चलती हूँ. अगर मैं आपसे पूछूं कि do you feel that theater actors bring a different kind of depth to the screen performances? What are your thoughts on that?
Not necessarily. Depends on the actor. Because it's nothing to do with the theater actor or cinema actor or anything like that. Both the mediums are different, So it is up to the actor to know the difference between the mediums and try and adapt himself to those mediums. So if he's a good actor, he'll adapt himself very well. If he's bad, then he'll do theatrical acting in cinema or cinema acting in theater, which is both not good. So it depends on the actor himself or herself.
And what is that one misconception about the method actors that you wish that people would understand better?
The misconception is that Stanislavski never said it is the method. He said just said method. So that's the misconception. So you're not bound by it, you know.
Each to its own. If I could also ask you, how do you exactly balance authenticity with stylization, especially for the characters like Himmat in Special Ops? What's the trick there?
I've never looked at it as stylization or authenticity. All I'm doing is playing a person. So if the person is unstylized and unauthentic, I shall still be genuine, because that's the requirement of that character. So Himmat Singh has a particular way of presenting himself, and I'm the body for it. So I do it according to it. So for me, it comes from the writing itself, you know, what kind of a person, etc., etc. But I don't do an external analysis of it. I kind of derive the Himmat Singh from within myself, so that then it becomes very genuine. It becomes believable.
That's really interesting. And you have often mentioned is that, you know, you prefer substance over stardom. Has this choice ever, you know, come at a professional cost for you?
So substance, isn't that the whole thing? I mean, if there's no substance, why would you follow anything? I mean, why would you do anything in life? I think substance is essential. I mean, it's very important for not being in a vacuous bubble, you know. You might as well have substance. So even as a human being, as well as what you're doing in your profession, I think you need to be having substance. So stardom is something that's a completely different concept. You can become a star. You can attain stardom even without substance. You know, it can happen, because that's an entire marketing game. But otherwise, substance is always better, because that sustains you, and you have a longer life in that particular field. And also, you end up doing work which will remain even after you. You know, so it's essential that you have substance. Yeah.
Absolutely. Also, Special Ops gave you a digital era fan base, specifically, if I could say like that. How has that role impacted your career perception among the younger audiences? Do you feel more connected with them now?
The younger audience, most of them, I think, have been introduced to me because I have been available on OTT. Initially, before OTT days, the theatre days, nobody even came to see my films. So it's possible that they know me now, and there have been many of them who, after seeing OTT in the initial days, whatever I'd done, have even messaged me saying that you have great potential. So you know, so youngsters saying that you have great potential and you have a great future, etc., etc. Not knowing that I have done enough work was one of the introductions of the world of OTT to me, because it's kind of went into areas where I could not have reached earlier, you know. So the popularity kind of thing happened because of that.
If I could say that you once said, I remember it very vividly because it stayed with me, that you would quit if you did not feel challenged. So what still challenges Kay Kay Menon is something that I'm very curious about.
So anybody who loves this profession and finds this kind of obstacles coming in the way, it becomes much more interesting, even more interesting to tackle them. So for me, that's one. So what I meant to say is that the moment I feel disinterested, you know, that's the time I would call it quits. So for me, it's like anybody. I look at a cricketer or a sports person of any kind. The moment they feel that no, now, you know, it's like it's time to quit, so we quit. But fortunately for actors, we have no expiry date in terms of, you know, because हमारा जो काम है वो झुर्रियों पे नहीं चलता. It's an actor's job, so he can continue to do his work or her work as long as stories are written for them.
With the upcoming season of Special Ops, what are your expectations? What are we anticipating what exactly should be expected from the upcoming season?
Well, this is far, it's a much bigger scale, Special Ops 2. Um, and you have things like cyber warfare, digital scams, etc., etc. All these things coming in, which is very relevant in today's time. So it's a different area of activity that happens this time. There are the guns and all that stuff, but apart from that, the area has changed. And plus, the screenplay is extremely complex, much more complex than season 1 and season 1.5. Special Ops 2 is a much more complex screenplay compared to 1 or 1.5, and the scale is much bigger. Yeah, the scale is huge. We have newer characters in this, and plus the area of activity is that of cyber warfare, etc., which is very relevant in today's times. So overall, it's much bigger, much grander.
That's really interesting. And last but not the least, sir, this is something that I am very, very curious about. Beyond the sets and behind the cameras, what makes Kay Kay Menon laugh like a kid?
Laugh like a kid. What makes me laugh? If I know what makes me laugh like a kid, I won't laugh. So I think it's better left there, because you don't know whether it's something that you are not aware of. That's when you laugh like a kid. Otherwise, you laugh like a very mature human being and adult human being, pacing out your laughters, etc. So if you have to laugh like a kid, you should not know what actually makes you laugh.
Amazing, sir. It was a very nice conversation. I'm so excited for the upcoming season. All the very best. Thank you so much for speaking to News 9. It was a lovely, lovely chat.